now that it's my turn, and having seen Michelle's experience, I'm less nervous about IVF itself, though we don't really know how I'm going to react. And one of the IVF nurses called tonight, and she was like, oh, did they go over your medications with you yet? And I was like, no, not yet. I was like, go right ahead. And she's like, well, you're going to be on much more of a serving dosage. Let me
give you a serving.
Medications. Much more of a higher dosage of the medications than Michelle took. Yeah. Plus an additional medication.
I think partially too, like I had done the 2 IUIs.
Right, so your levels were definitely...
And I am polycystic, right?
Right, so your body is already...
I make more follicles as it is.
Right.
So like they had me on letrozole during my IUIs, which if you're doing an IUI, you take letrozole or Clomid. They're actually giving Lisa Clomid for her IVF. So
yeah.
New.
Along with...
Interesting.
The Menopure.
Yeah.
And
these are the shots.
The Gonal.
Yeah, so much more to go through in another episode for sure.
Sorry. Lots of things. But so honestly, let's already consider the fact that I started my estrogen patches over the weekend, and the side effects really did hit me, and I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. I guess I was like more disappointed that like Michelle didn't feel any of this practically, and they hit me a little hard, and I was really trying not to have comfort food, but Michelle was like, your body is craving something, and so I didn't go overboard, but she did bring me some saltines and some ginger ale because I was nauseous.
But Lisa won't ask for it.
No, because I'm trying so hard, because in my mind, and this is what we're trying to say, in my mind, I don't want to gain like 40 pounds before it even begins just because of this estrogen patch. And the same thing with the exercise, right? I know that I have to be very cautious in my exercise. So that is something that's fearful to me because I'm small. If you don't know me personally and you haven't seen me, I'm only 5'1" on a good day. So weight coming back on me, I mean, it just looks entirely different than somebody who's like maybe a little taller.
Yeah, like
20 pounds is a lot. 10 pounds is a lot. It looks drastically different on me.
Lisa also doesn't gain at the rate that I gain. If I gain 10, she gains 5.
This is true.
But
this
still,
is true.
That's
no excuse to just, blow it all away. But this is definitely why we wanted to resurrect FourC, to bring people into our struggle and the reality that we understand eating and exercise, eating right and exercise can be great. It can be hard. And then also bringing this fertility process, to the forefront and relating to people in that same respect. That like we want to be healthy, we want to have healthy children, we want to feel good while we're doing it, and we're not going to put our bodies under any strain. We're just not. Right. We're not going to starve ourselves, but we feel best when we are eating well, and even if it's the littlest bit of exercise, and that's important to us. So we're looking forward to sharing that, pregnancy and working out and what life is going to be like.
Definitely. And we're such huge proponents of body positivity. We know this is the world that we live in now. Like we 100% agree with like love yourself the way you are. But like for us, we were really heavy and we were thinner. And so I wouldn't even say I felt my best when I was my thinnest. Same. Because that was unachievable for me all the time. I will say that I feel my best when I know that I'm eating right, when I'm active, like Lisa said, the littlest bit. So we are not trying to body shame or say that, being big is not okay. But for us, it's a real fear. Like I was 315 pounds. Like I'm petrified of getting pregnant and gaining a lot of weight. And I understand this is like controversial and this is a struggle. Like even, we wanted to talk about a little bit later in the episode, Robin Arzon, one of the Peloton instructors, she is like heavily talking about, she's pregnant, congrats Robin. She is heavily talking about how pregnant women can be active and can be fit and can exercise and don't have to put limits on themselves. And Lisa actually said, I'm afraid she's going to get pushback from that because, you know, it's not necessarily normal to talk about like staying thin while you're pregnant, right? To say you don't want to gain too much weight. I know most women will be like, oh, I don't want to gain a lot of weight. Or some women will be like, just do what's right for you. It's individual. You know, it's individual. And for 100%. Us, like, we need to be our healthiest, best versions of ourselves. And, like, I'm not about to throw all caution to the wind. So, like, I feel like this IVF journey and experience for me was very eye-opening. And I will say, like, Lisa will see this for herself. Like, you have to listen to your body. You have to take it day by day. I got my post-retrieval period, like, last Monday.
Yes.
And I did a Peloton ride that day, and I did a workout with my trainer, which we'll get to too, later in the week. But it wasn't really until today that I felt my best. I did take a couple of days off from work, which was much needed, but like I was able to really push it on the bike today. I'm sure Lisa even saw the difference of the way I worked out today.
Yeah, that's true.
Versus last week, because like, you know, it is a journey, it is a process, but it's about doing what you can. So
right.
And like I said, like this isn't even the original FourC fitness version of ourselves that worked back then because we're in such a different place in our lives now. Like I'm not going to do 2-a-days. I'm not going to try a new different diet every month. I'm going to do the healthy stuff, right? That's like that we know. So Alyssa from my custom nutrition, she actually gave me a comfort plan for my retrieval. Totally.
We bought everything.
We did. And we made the stuff.
We did make it.
We ate it. But we also ate other things.
We ate more.
A lot of things.
More things. I eat more things too, which I can't wait.
So but it was great because on Friday I had my appointment with Alyssa and she was like, when's Lisa's retrieval going to be? Like, so can you lose X pounds by that date?
Right.
Yes. And then X pounds by your transfer date? Yes. And she gave us a realistic goal, right?
Very realistic.
And so like, it's not her fault that I also had like a diner omelet the day of my retrieval and a bagel sandwich and Levain cookies and... what else? Chicken fingers and mashed potatoes. What else did we have? I don't even know.
I think that was it.
We ordered way too much, which all y'all who know us are not surprised that we ordered way too much. But
I did not eat my home fried potatoes and toast.
I sure did.
I only ate my omelet.
And I told Lisa, start thinking about your retrieval day diet.
Yeah.
Because now you can be careful, but for then you're going to need to really like treat
I'm
yourself.
just going to make like mashed sweet potatoes for like so that I can eat comfort food for like the next 2 weeks.
So it's all about finding a balance for us. You know, it's also, we do best with a routine. We do best with a routine that involves our workouts, but it also involves mental health. You know, it definitely involves days where we have to just like stop and do nothing. Like we are trying, I think, like at this point in our lives to listen to our bodies more. And yes. I think this fertility process isn't giving us a choice, you know? So it's really been, it's been really great. It's been really eye-opening and it's been, I think, a journey that we've got to experience together. And I'm really, you know, excited that like Lisa gets to now.
I have to tell you though, I have to say, no one hates routine more than me.
No one loves routine more than me.
But
perfect pair.
If there is one routine that really does make me feel good, it's the getting up, the working out, and then seeing what my day brings me culinary wise. Which is usually good, but at least if I got that workout in, I want to have a little something. I'm gonna have a little something. Anyway, that's where I find my balance. Anyhow, so overall, this is our journey, good, bad, and different. You know, we know that this will be the constant for us, you know, finding the routine that works. With our life changes, I mean, Lord knows, life is going to change so drastically, you know, once we have a child, you know, and it's all going to, you know, we have a plan now, but it's going to change. It could change. You know, if I'm feeling like absolute garbage, you know, in the next, you know, week.
Yeah. Like there will always be moments in our lives of throwing it all to shit.
That's it.
There will. That's just who we are, you know. But for today, we feel good about our plan. You know, that could all change when Lisa's being shot up with hormones and I'm on like a 12-hour day of like virtual event work calls because we love virtual events so much.
I love them. I don't even work in virtual events, and I thoroughly love them with all of my heart.
Sarcasm at its finest. Like, I love my team.
I was just gonna say, can't we just all be friends and like do different jobs? Okay.
Yes. But I am, as I mentioned, finally giving morning workouts the old college try. So Brittany Alexandra, who is like amazing, she's fabulous, fierce,
gorgeous,
great friend of my cousin Bethany. This is like all about the Cast Girls
from Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah, so if you live on Long Island, shout out to Lifetime.
Garden Sit.
So Brittany is doing Zoom training, and I have always wanted to work with her, but because we live in the city and she trains on Long Island, I couldn't. So I'm meeting with her twice per week. Along with that, she's giving me strength homework. And on the days that I'm not with her or doing my homework, I'll be doing my Peloton rides. So I need to really add the strength to my routine. That's when I feel my best. And I need to get the workouts out of the way in the morning because, as Lisa kind of insinuated, my work days are unpredictable. So
very unpredictable.
Yes,
yeah.
So that's how I feel my best.
You know, and so like I said earlier, I started my estrogen patches on Saturday.
You okay?
I'm great. I just wanted to make sure I enunciated that and didn't try to like slur. I have a tendency to mumble. And full disclosure, it was rough. And even more disclosure, I used to suffer from PMS migraines. And so it just has kind of like every other day has felt like I'm getting one of those PMS headaches. Interesting. It will definitely be an uphill battle, I think. Very different from Michelle's experience. But you know what? That's even kind of better so that I can also share that side with everybody else.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
absolutely.
It would kind of be like a little too magical and unreal if we were both like,
very magical.
We went through IVF and we were
was
fine
great.
the whole time. Fine the whole time.
No, like, seriously.
Take my eggs. I feel fine the whole time.
I love, like,
Let's do
this
it
is like
again.
weeks of your
Let's do
pent-up.
it again.
I'm dead. Weeks of pent up not filming. This is like Lisa at her finest. Not to mention she's been writing her book and doing amazing things. So this is like Lisa at her best. No, but seriously, I was having the same thought. Like, imagine.
I mean, no, it's not gonna happen.
So for all the women who have not had great experiences, here's your guinea.
Here's your gal.
Literally, guinea pig, but also very Italian.
Here's your gal.
Yeah. So, yes, fingers crossed things can stay mellow for me at work because I want to be able to take care of Lisa. I don't want her to think about anything because I told her it is time for her to just become one with the couch, which is not comfortable for you.
It isn't. If we had a dishwasher, I'd feel better about it.
Now, I will be the dishwasher.
I know. I just put out some fresh dish gloves.
She literally was like,
literally.
The gloves are fresh. And I'm like,
yeah.
Fine.
Brand new dish gloves.
Take every day as it comes and listen to your body. And now that we have a really good handle on what this IVF stuff is all about, we definitely plan to share more of our learnings in each step of the process. Like,
yes.
What does each shot mean?
Yes.
Some were to help grow the follicles, some are to prevent ovulation, some are to trigger ovulation. It's really fascinating. We've got a lot of feedback from some amazing supporters. They were like, we want to know more about like the ins and outs. Like, I also want to know about the days you don't feel like getting out of bed. Like, those would be days that I feel like it would be great to have an accountability coach. To keep us honest.
We might know one of those.
More to come soon. But it truly, like I said, it's taken me until today, post-cycle, and a couple of days off from work.
That is
rest.
a long time.
A month. It was a month. Today is the 5th. I started my shots on the 5th. It was a full month of like dedication. It's okay though. It was 4 weeks of my life.
No, totally.
It's fine.
It's totally worth it.
I'm saying, like, can you believe it in the scheme of things? It was 4 weeks out of my life.
It feels like a lot longer.
It does. It does. But pregnancy is 9 of those.
You know what I miss though? That's true. Yay. No, I can't wait. You're gonna be she's probably gonna be the best pregnant person who's ever walked the earth.
Right. Like, I'm not hitting my, output on Peloton, and that's okay.
Oh my God. Let us not even get started on that.
What's the matter, Lee?
I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
But I cannot even break 200 or something. I just don't even understand what that output is about.
And I'm like, I'm just about to hit 700. No, not 700. Gosh, That would be insane.
Some people do though.
Yeah, I know. Not me. But as I mentioned Robin before, she said on my ride today,
Robin!
Without challenge, there is no change. I'm sorry, Lisa. What's our motto?
Choose, commit, challenge, and change.
See, we need to trademark that, number 1. Number 2, Robin might have a little 4C in her. She might have a little cast girl in her.
She definitely has. Definitely.
She's a hustler, so.
She is. Mitzi. She's a hustler, baby.
I just want you to know.
Okay, so thank you.
I sang.
You did it.
I don't sing.
You did it.
It's over. How long was this? Are you guys okay? Are you with us?
I'm pretty sure it was 45 minutes.
We have to put this in 2 parts.
We're definitely cutting this.
Anyway, thank you so much
to everyone who reached out with support and positivity over the last few months.
No, seriously, genuinely,
yeah,
could not have done
truly
this
mean that.
without any of you.
All your questions were awesome.
Yes.
All the claps, all the like not knowing if our cheers on the beach was whether or not our IUI was successful or not, because you couldn't tell if it was alcoholic or anything.
It was definitely alcoholic.
It was totally alcoholic. And we really look forward to the next leg of our journey. And I'll try to be like really honest about whether or not I feel like I want to puke.
You definitely have to.
Yeah.
Be. Like, I'm going to take photos of her on the couch.
I think it's important.
No, it's definitely important.
Yeah, I'll wear my best PJs.
And I will get comfortable with shots as long as they don't have to come into me.
They're like it's like being a chemist. It's, like, it's so exciting. I loved it. I'm going to miss mixing it.
Well, you have to ice yourself.
I know. Everyone has a job.
More to follow.
Okay, so what are our next topics?
So if you have questions, comment, message us. But we definitely plan to, as I said, get more into the IVF process. What does it all mean? There will be a frozen embryo transfer in my future, so we will share about that. The 2-week wait trials and tribulations, we were actually planning to do that back in August, but life got in the way. So we will revisit the 2-week wait and the psychology of that. The overall fertility timeline, there's so much we didn't even get into with what we did in the beginning and like now what we've learned along the way.
Oh my God, we didn't?
Like we never got into the HSG and all that, the genetic blood work that we had done.
Yeah, that's right.
The weight loss, like we said, pre and during, the exercise, what can you and can't you do? We definitely would love to have some of the people we mentioned, Dr. Levine, maybe Brittany, Alyssa on the show to answer questions. Nutrition and supplements, mental health for us, a big one is like not using food as comfort.
Big time.
So like figuring out like how we find those comfort moments in other ways. Maybe it's a Beverly Hills 90210 comforter.
Maybe.
Whatever works for you.
Maybe we have one.
And huge announcement.
Oh my God, we should have said this at the beginning.
We are ridiculous, but hopefully people are still watching. So, FourCLife.com is technically released. We do still have a few test things to work out there, but it's in like a beta.
Right.
Check it out.
Yeah.
But we will have more coming soon. Thank you so much to John.
Thank you, John.
Lisa's
my cousin Johnny. Johnny, you did an amazing job.
Beautiful. So
thank you so much.
Blogging will be happening. A lot more will be happening there. So we're so excited that that's actually released. If you've seen some of our new graphics, those are all courtesy of Johnny. So thank you.
Thanks, Johnny.
We will be sharing more soon. So thank you all for tuning in and for all your support. And we'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.